From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into The Horse's Mouth here. Tommy Max, of course, at my bar, where all are welcome to have a seat, grab a beverage, and tell their story. This time it's the Triple Play segment brought to our good friends at YOLO Rum, and a good long friend of mine is here at the bar, Coach Tommy MacPherson from Play Fast Football and Bishop Kenny High School. Let's welcome him in. Coach Mac, how are you?
T-Mac, how are you, sir?
Two T-Macs, how about that? Good to see you, my friend.
You get the nod. You were originally a little bit older than me, but...
by a year, maybe, or two,
maybe,
right?
Maybe
like that. Well, for the audience to know, you and I go way back.
Yeah.
Stephen Boyd, my former BC teammate. You guys grew up together. We became friends way back at Boston College days, man. So great to see you once again.
Didn't get the same opportunity all my other friends got to go to Faneuil Hall and live it up with you guys, because I was playing D3 football at the time.
That's right.
I got up to 1 or 2 games and got to see you guys rough it up a little bit.
No doubt. All right, tell us about Play Fast Football. I see it on Twitter, everywhere else. You guys are growing, man, doing some great things. What's it all about?
Yeah, so started probably in about 2013 in February. I was head coach at Ridgeview High School.
Yep, I remember.
February is kind of that downtime where clinic season hasn't started yet. Spring ball in college hasn't gone on, or at least started yet. You're trying to find ways to become a better coach. And, I'm scouring YouTube looking for things. And everything I find is, here's how Nick Saban plays split field coverage. And here's how Rich Rodriguez is running no-huddle offense. And here's how Doug Peterson throws 4 verticals. And, the one thing that I couldn't find out there was a high school guy telling you how they do what they do in high school. So set up a camera in my office, did an offensive segment, a defensive segment. And, lo and behold, couple hundred views, couple subscribers. Kept it going, kept doing more, offensive schematics, defensive schematics, practice plan stuff, special team stuff. People kept watching. After about 4 or 5 years, I realized that this is probably something that we can turn into kind of a small business venture. So went on Sunbiz, got an LLC, and 2019, I think it was, I hosted my own coaching clinic at the Embassy Suites, which was brand new.
Very cool.
In St. Augustine. And
great place.
It was brand new. It was right on the ocean, obviously. We had to guarantee 45 rooms to be booked, and ended up with 180 coaches from 13 different states.
Awesome.
The venue was awesome because, as you know from your neck of the woods and my neck of the woods, in February, guys that are coaching probably want a little vacation. So we were right on the beach. And so we got that rolling. I needed an LLC. I needed to be a business. So Play Fast became, a small business.
That's very cool, man. So were you one of those guys, 'cause I know I was, like, whatever academic class was going on in grammar school or high school, I was drawing up football plays. Were you doing that too? Like, just kind of messing around, seeing how you could do different stuff? And
I always had to, because,
my ADD would lead me to that, just for the record.
Partly that, but, partly for me, I always had to because a little bit smaller than everybody else, I had to be in the right spots. I had to understand the offense and the defense inside and out.
Fair.
Physical talents were not going to make plays for me at that time. So, I always felt like I wanted to be a step above everybody else. I wanted to know formations. If I was playing safety, I want to know which formations. Hey, they only run these 3 things out of that.
Right.
And
it helps a ton.
And then it helped obviously playing behind Steven, and he was a junkie like I was. So just studying film, and even back in the late 80s, even in, VHS, whatever it was. Hey, look, when it's 3rd and short and they get in this formation, these are the only 2 things they do.
8mm back then. Back then.
I was just after 8mm.
Were you? Because I got really good at splicing.
Well, and that's the original, for people out there that are watching the show, that's where cut-ups, the term cut-up came from, because you had to cut up an 8mm and splice it.
That's right. How complex is high school football as far as play calling and offenses and defenses today compared to when maybe we were?
Yeah, a million.
Just way
a million years different than when me and you played. I think I had 3 guys on my staff when I played in high school. There was a head coach, an offensive guy, a defensive guy. Now we've got a guy at every position, offense and defense. There's a position. You have a position coach just like you do in college, and so with access to information now. Clinics and things that you can grab on the internet. There's so many ways to go out and research the game. So I think, most high school coaches are trying to stay cutting edge. They're trying to stay, at the top of the game. And really depending on the program you're at, it's what do we need to do to give us some type of competitive advantage. And, if you're really gifted with a bunch of really good players, you keep it simple. And you get after somebody. If you're not as talented as somebody else, then schematically you got to be a little bit more involved. You know,
yeah. Kind of like basketball, pass it around.
I mean, if you need 3 passes and a cut to get a basket, or if you got one guy that nobody can guard, then they get the ball.
Right.
You know, I mean.
All right, you're D coordinator at Bishop Kenny.
Yeah.
You've been a high school coach for a long time.
Yeah.
What kind of defense do you run? Like, give me your base.
So the last 2 or 3 years, our base, we were 3-3 personnel, 3 high, which is kind of the Iowa State Big 12 defense that kind of became the flavor. So that third safety was actually kind of a hybrid linebacker safety.
Oh, like a rover almost?
Yeah, almost. But instead of being on one side or the other, he actually was playing the middle of the field, lined up off of the number 3 receiver, or if the back was number 3, and was actually part of the run fits. So, you know, it made us a little bit different. You know, teams had to figure out how, he was in the run fit, but he's 8 yards off the ball. So are you accounting for him in the run fit? And I felt like at the places, Orange Park previously, and then at Bishop Kenny, we needed to be a little bit different. So, you know, odd front by nature, probably going to stay that way, but we may be more 3-4 this year. So.
Oh, is that right? You better have a nose tackle, too.
Yeah, you got it. We started a freshman last year at nose.
Oh, really?
And I like him.
Okay. You know, you got such good coach speak, man. You've been doing it for a long time. It's the only job I've ever had,
T-Mac. If I don't know it now, I'm in trouble.
All right, so coaches out there that are looking for new plays, new schemes, what have you, they go to Play Fast Football to find them
so they go on YouTube, you search Coach Mac, it'll pull it up right away. You know, 26,000 subscribers, over 4 million views now on all the stuff we've been doing. So Twitter, Coach Mac 8740. So, you know, anybody can find me there. Or if you're just searching, you know, the way YouTube works, if you're just searching 3-3 defense, it's probably one of the videos that comes up within all the algorithms and everything. So, you know, everybody knows where they can find it. And if you got any questions, I respond to any comment, anything out there. If it's football, I'll answer. All
right, before we wrap up and before I ask you the question, give me prediction Jags record this year. What do you got?
10 wins at least.
10, okay. I got them 10-7 too. How about BK? What are we looking at?
I think it's 7 wins or better. Obviously, you got to stay healthy. Been in playoffs the last 3 years, 2 of the years that I've been there. The only 2 years I've been there, the year before. Won the district 2 years ago with a big win over Bowles. And then they were able to pay back that favor this year during the year and in the playoffs. But out of that district with Bowles, which is a big bonus for us, they're tough to compete with every year. So we're going to play them during the regular season, which is awesome for us. You need that game. You know, you need that kind of litmus test of where you're at. But it's not a district game. So I like our district. I like the kids we got coming back. So, you know, I'm thinking at least 7 wins, try to win the district title. And the big thing, first round we got knocked out the last 2 years. So I think kids need to see a playoff win and kind of build off that.
Beautiful. All right, as we wrap up Triple Play, real quick, biggest obstacle in what you do in business, what is it?
For me, because I came from the coaching end, it's understanding your value in the business world and where your leverage is. So, you know, when I'm trying to, you know, work with companies that I want to be a social influencer or an advertiser for, what's my demographic, what's my market, what's my exposure, what do I bring to the table to them? And the biggest thing for me that I really have a lot of trouble with, and hats off to Jeff Whitaker at Dome for walking me through this all the time, I kind of always underestimate my value in the market. So, you know, you got to know where you stand. You got to know what your leverage is. And when you talk to people, you got to say, hey, this is what I do. And are you willing to do that? If not, then, you know, then we can go in a different direction.
Now you're Hall of Fame in my book, buddy. Good to see you, Coach Mac.
Mac, always a pleasure.
Keep up the good work, all right?
Thank you, sir.
Make sure you check out Coach MacPherson's profile, this conversation, and thousands of others. Go to the dailynewsnetwork.com website to see it all. Until next time, stay safe out there, be cool, and play fast. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
Even though we do have 2 different liquors, it's still one name. It's YOLO Rum, and at the end of the day, it's how you feel. And YOLO Rum, you only live once, and that's more prevalent. That's becoming more prevalent as far as the attitude and the mindset with how people live their lives. And it's not about how it used to be as far as people doing dumb stuff out here. It's more of they're understanding the value of their life. And if we can bring that presence of the meaning behind life and what it means to fulfill whatever you need to fulfill in your life that makes you feel enjoyable about what you're doing, that's what YOLO will bring out as well.